The search for a 21-year-old man from Mizoram, wanted in connection with a rape case in Shillong, has now come to an end. Jonathan Nalming Cha Patuao of Tsaltang, Aizol, surrendered before the officer in charge of Laitungkra Police Station on Thursday, 16 July. He is accused in 2 cases registered at Laitungkra Police Station. One has been filed under Sections 3, 4, 11, and 12 of the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences or POCSO Act, while the other has been registered under Section 64, Clause 1 of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita or BNS, in connection with an alleged rape offense. Earlier, Shillong Police launched a nationwide search after alleging that, while studying in Shillong, Jonathan had secretly recorded intimate videos of several women and later used them to threaten the victims. Following the investigation, police alerted the Mizoram Director General of Police and carried out searches at his family home in Tsaltang, another residence in Laipuitlang, and his father's workplace in Sampai District, but he could not be found. Following his surrender, Jonathan was taken into police custody and will now be proceeded before the appropriate court for further legal proceedings. Political attention in Mizoram is now focused on the proposed Foreign Contribution Regulation Amendment Bill 2026. The bill has sparked strong opposition from the Mizoram Pradesh Congress Committee. At a press conference held yesterday at the Aizol Press Club, the MPCC announced that it will observe 21st July as Black Day in protest against the proposed amendment. MPCC Treasurer Dr. Lalmaso Manghaka said the bill would tighten government control over organizations receiving foreign funding and could have serious consequences for churches and Christian organizations. According to the Congress Party, the amendment would allow the central government to appoint a designated authority to closely monitor the finances, spendings, and functioning of organizations receiving foreign contributions. The party also claimed that organizations failing to meet the rules could lose their registration and even face confiscation of their assets. Although the proposed bill does not mention any religion directly, the MPCC argued that Christian institutions would be among the hardest hit because many depend on overseas donations to support their work. The party has invited churches and members of the public to join the Black Day program, which is scheduled to take place at Vanapa Hall in Aizol at 12 noon on 21st July. Today, journalists from Mizoram joined media representatives from across the country at the All India Media Conference 2026 organized by the Election Commission of India in New Delhi. The Mizoram delegation was led by Joint Chief Electoral Officer P. Ethel Rothangpuyi. It included journalists from the Times of India, Vanglaini, LPS Vision, AIR News, Doordarshan News Mizoram, India Today Northeast, and Zonet Cable TV, along with State Media Nodal Officer Pila Lunmoy. The conference was held under the theme Connecting Stakeholders, Strengthening Democracy, the Role of Media in Elections. Senior Election Commission officials explained the process of preparing electoral rolls, polling and counting procedures, election laws, recent court judgments, and the growing use of technology through ECI net platforms. Officials reminded journalists that accurate reporting is one of the strongest tools against misinformation and disinformation during elections. The program ended with an interactive session with Chief Election Commissioner Ginesh Kumar and Election Commissioners Dr. Sukhbir Singh Sandhu and Dr. Vivek Joshi. The Mizoram government has started a major effort to identify people who may be receiving family pension benefits illegally. Speaking at the Finance Department program on Wednesday, Chief Minister Pulel Duoma, who also holds the finance portfolio, appealed to anyone receiving family pensions using false or forged documents to voluntarily surrender their pension payments order between 1st July and 30th September. The Chief Minister assured that those who come forward during this 3 months period will not be asked to return the pension they have already received. However, after the deadline, a government task force will verify every family pension case in the state. Anyone found receiving pension illegally will lose the benefit and may also face legal action. Official figures show that Mizoram currently has 39,954 pensioners, including 11,194 family pension beneficiaries. The Chief Minister also said the government is improving pension administration by giving better training to officials handling pension-related work. People traveling to southern Mizoram are still facing difficulties after the major landslide at Choipui South. Although debris blocking the highway was cleared yesterday, authorities have decided not to reopen the road immediately because the hillside remains unstable and there is still a danger of large rocks falling. Officials now hope to reopen the route towards the end of this week if conditions become safe. Earlier this week, the landslide stranded more than 100 vehicles and hundreds of passengers. During the emergency, volunteers from 3 YMA branches, together with the Choipui South Village Council, provided food and assistance to between 170 and 220 stranded travelers. The Lunglei District Magistrate has advised all travelers heading towards Longklai and Siaha to continue using the Sangao route until the highway is officially declared safe. Local leaders have also requested the public to remain patient while restoration work continues. One of Aizol's biggest challenges is its drinking water supply. Now Mizoram is looking beyond India for technical solutions. Yesterday, a team from the Embassy of Israel visited the state under the India-Israel Mashaf Cooperation Program, following an invitation from Public Health Engineering Minister, Professor Lelniloma. The delegation, led by Senior Water Resources Specialist Niraj Galawat and Partnership and Operations Head Arpit KP, inspected the Tlong River water intake system that supplies drinking water to Aizol. The experts examined problems such as monsoon flooding, heavy silt entering the pumping system, and water shortages during the dry season. They later held detailed discussions with PHE officials and the minister on possible long-term solutions. Professor Lelniloma said Mizoram hopes to further strengthen cooperation with Israel to improve drinking water infrastructure for the future. The Mizoram government has also raised concerns about drug abuse within its own police force. While addressing newly recruited Mizoram Police Service officers on Wednesday, Home Minister Puke Sabdanga said it was deeply worrying that several police personnel had lost their lives due to drug abuse and related causes. He reminded the young officers that they are responsible for protecting society and must therefore lead by example. The minister noted that the police department had declared last year as the year of fitness and this year as the year of discipline, in an effort to improve professionalism and accountability. He urged every officer to remain physically fit, maintain discipline, and always work to earn the trust and confidence of the people. One of Mizoram's oldest women's organization has reached an important milestone. Yesterday, Mizo Meitechang celebrated its 80th anniversary at Kadlanord Presbyterian Church Hall in Aizol. Health and Family Welfare Minister Pilar Rinpui attended the program as chief guest. She praised the organization for serving women and children over many decades through projects such as Motherless Babies Home, which has cared for 418 children since 1968, the Working Women's Hostel established in 1980, and vocational weaving programs that have helped many women become financially independent. The minister also highlighted the growing role of women in leadership, noting that Mizoram now has 3 women MLAs, including women serving in the state cabinet. She encouraged women to continue taking the lead in addressing major social issues such as drug abuse, HIV/AIDS, cancer, and rising divorce cases. Development work also continued across different parts of Mizoram yesterday. In Champhai, the first project under the Mizoram District Transformation Program, known as Project Sunsilk, was officially launched. The initiative provides deep freezers and solar power systems to sericulture villages so that silk farmers can preserve cocoons and improve production. Meanwhile, the Northeastern Council announced that it had released more than Rs 20 crore to Mizoram during May and June. The funding will support healthcare, road development, agriculture, scientific research, cultural activities, and improvements to oil palm link roads in Kolosip, Mamit, Lunglei, and Longklai districts. Also yesterday, NABARD celebrated its 45th Foundation Day in Aizol. Supply Minister Pubilal Tsanzava praised the organization for its contribution towards rural livelihoods, handloom development, and farmer-producer organizations across the state. The Power and Electricity Department has announced fresh measures aimed at improving electricity supply in Aizol. During a review meeting chaired by Power and Electricity Minister Pu F. Roding Liana, engineers from all 9 subdivisions under the Aizawl Power Circle discussed practical ways to reduce power cuts and strengthen the electricity network. Among the discussions taken were the installation of more distribution transformers, replacement of aging power lines, upgrading substations, and greater use of automated monitoring systems. Officials also decided that planned maintenance shutdowns will be announced at least 2 weeks in advance wherever possible. This will allow several repair works to be completed together and help reduce repeated power interruptions. Similar review meetings will also be organized in other power circles across Mizoram. And finally, excellence in education was celebrated in Aizawl yesterday as outstanding students from across the state were honored by the Mizo Students' Union General Headquarters. A total of 24 Mizo subject toppers from the recently declared Mizoram University undergraduate examinations received recognition during a function held at Woodland Hills Auditorium in Zonet. Art and Culture Minister Pusila Soyvunga congratulated the students for their hard work and encouraged them to prepare for national competitive examinations such as UPSC and SSC, saying more Mizo youth should aspire to join the All India services. MSU President Pubilil Khongaizwala also praised the achievement that 4 of the 5 overall gold medalist winners were from Mizoram. He encouraged the students to use their knowledge, talent, and education not only for personal success but also for the service of Mizoram and the nation. The students received cash awards, citations, and special recognition, bringing the celebration of academic excellence to a proud conclusion. And with that, we come to the end of today's bulletin. Thank you for watching.